Hello friends, I welcome you all to JPL Software Talk. I am Sanjay Chaudhary and I am working with JPL as a software developer. In today's video, we will discuss the concept of directives in Angular. The directive is another main building block of the Angular framework. Using the directive, we can create different reusable UI controls of the web application in which we can define design as well as business logic, and those controls can be used in different components in the application. We will understand attribute directives, ng-model, ng-style and ng-class by creating examples. So stay connected with us till the end to know full details. Before start our topic, I would like to give some information about GAPL. GAPL is a government organization. GAPL provides IT and IT-enabled services to different government organizations. We provide informative video about government softwares and latest technology tutorials. To get latest video, please press on bell icon and subscribe our channel. Let's start our video. What is directive? A directive modifies the DOM by changing the appearance, behavior and layout of the DOM elements. If we consider the high-level definition of directives, then directives act as HTML markers on any DOM element like an attribute or element name or comment or CSS-based style classes, which instructed Angular's HTML compiler to attach a specified behavior on that particular DOM element or to transform that DOM element. A directive is a TypeScript-based function that executes whenever Angular compiler identifies within the DOM element. With the help of directives, we can develop UIs with many movable parts, and at the same time, we can streamline the development flow for the engineers. The main reason for using our directives in any Angular applications are reusability. We can reuse directive across the different parts of the application. Readability. Directive provides much more readability for the developers to understand the production functionality and data flow. Maintainability. We can easily decouple the directive from the application and replace the old one with the new one directives. There are three kinds of directives in Angular. First one is components directive. These form main class having details of how the component should be processed, initiated and used at runtime. Second one is structural directives. These change the DOM layout by adding and removing DOM elements. There are some inbuilt structural directives are. First one is ngIf directive. The ngIf allows us to add or remove DOM element. Second one is ngSwitch directive. The ngSwitch allows us to add or remove DOM elements. ng4 directive. The ng4 directive is used to repeat a portion of HTML template once per each item from iterable list. The attribute directives change the appearance or behavior of an element, component or another directive. There are some inbuilt attribute directives. ng-model adds two-way data binding to an HTML form element. The two-way data binding has a feature to update data from component to view and vice versa. ng-class directive. ng-class directive changes the class attribute that bound to the component or element it's attached to. ng-style. ng-style is mainly used to modify or change the element's style attribute. So let's start our example with attribute directive ng-model. To use ng-model directive, add forms module in app module. So let's add forms module, import forms and forms module, import in imports array. Now let's add one text box to understand ng-model and its functionality. So add one text box, input type equal to text and add bootstrap class. form control, declare one variable string in TypeScript, input string type equal to string and default value is hello. Now we will use this input string in ng model. To add ng model, add square brackets, round bracket and type ng model equal to input string. You can see hello is printed in text box. Now we will show this text box value outside of this text box. To show these values, add double curly brackets and input string. You can see hello is printed outside of this text box. Now we will add some text hello. You can see hello is printed outside of this text box. This way, two-way data binding is applied from HTML to model and model to HTML. In two-way data binding, automatic synchronization of data happens between the model and the view. Here change is reflected in both components. Whenever you make change in model, it will reflected to view, and when you make change in view, it will be reflected in model. Using two-way data binding, we can display data property as well as update that property when user does changes. You can see whatever we change in text box, it changes value in the TypeScript and TypeScript to HTML. Same way we can add one drop down and set ng model, select ng model equal to selected value. Options are value equal to IN India. Another option is value equal to UK and UK. Now we will define this selected value in TypeScript. Type is string and default value is IN, and show this selected value outside of drop down selected value. Add class equal to form control. You can see India is default selected. Whenever we change India to UK, it will be reflected outside of this drop down value. You can see India is selected in drop down because the drop down value of variable is India, and whenever we change the selection, it also updates the variable in TypeScript and HTML also. Same way you can use the ng model for radio button and checkboxes also. Now let's understand ng style. To understand ng style, I have already added some text boxes to set styles like height, width, font size, font color, background color, border radius, margin left, margin top, and added one div to apply all these styles to this div. Now let's apply style to this specific div. To apply style, add style ng style command in square brackets, and in curly brackets apply all the styles like background color, height, width, border radius, margin left, margin top, font size, color. To apply height in pixel, add dot pixel. If you want to apply height in percentage, then you can write percentage also. So let's see output. You can see background color, height and width are applied to this specific div. if we increase the height, it also increase in div. Same way width, set 500 pixel height and width. And if you want to change font size, you can see font size also change using the style. And if you want to change font color has been changed to white. Background color is black. Background color is also changed. If we want to apply border radius, then you can see border radius is applied 500 pixel. And same way you can apply margin left or margin right also, and margin top. So whatever CSS property we enter in TextWorks, it will apply to specific div. Same way we can use another CSS properties also. For example, if we want to set text color equal to white if div color is red or black, then set color equal to bg color equal to black, or bg color equal to red, then font color equal to white, otherwise font color. Now let's check in HTML. You can see the default font color is black, but the background color is red, so that the font color becomes white. If we change background color to green, then default color set to black. Same way we will change background color to black, then the font color becomes white. You can also set style using the functions by calling the functions like get radius, and you can create one function in component, and you can return radius style from this. Now let's understand ng class. To understand ng class, I have added one text box and set message type to ng model, and added one div to apply ng class to this div. To apply ng class, add square bracket ng class and curly brackets, add class name. For example, I add text danger equal to true. You can see text danger class is applied to this div. If you want to apply more than one classes, then you can also add bg primary equal to true. Then both classes are applied, bg primary and text danger. Now let's apply ng class from this text box. Suppose we want to change background color based on input enter in text box, then bg primary equal to message type equal to danger, message type equal to primary, and then apply bg primary, bg danger. The message type equal to error, then apply this class bg success if message type equal to success. Now let's check from the HTML. Suppose we want to apply primary class to this specific div, then type primary. You can see bg primary class applied to this div. Suppose success, then success class is applied to this div. Same way error, the danger class is applied to this div. You can also apply classes by calling the function. For example, I have added one button and on click added function toggle class. To apply ng class, I have added one calculate classes function, and in TypeScript it returns the classes based on the condition. Now let's check in HTML. One button is toggle state, and to apply the classes, the button is here. So whenever we click on toggle state button, it will apply ng class on this specific button. You can see btn danger and btn outline danger are applied on this button. In today's session, we have been covered what is directives in Angular, benefits of directives, three types of directives: component directive, structural directive, and attribute directive. In attribute directive, ng model, ng style, and ng class to change the appearance or behavior of the element or component or another directive. We will discuss structural directives ng-if, ng-switch, and ng-for in next video. We hope that you will find Angular directive demo useful and interesting in your work. By following this guide, you should be able to use attribute directives in your application. Hope all this information was useful to you. Thank you for watching video. For any IT and IT enabled services, you can contact JAPL with showing details on the screen. If you like our video, please like the video and share with your friends and family members. We will meet you in our next video. Till then, stay safe, stay home, and take care of